and indeed out of the park. Welcome, 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 everyone. This is your host, Rizwan, welcoming you to the world of Sports Spotlight right here on Radio Azad. Every Sunday morning, we bring to you all things sports right here on Radio Azad. You can tune in radioazad.us or download the apps, or, of course, as you can see, you're watching us live on our YouTube channel for the Sports Spotlight. Studio number 972-501-9390. If you want to call in, we have lots and lots of things to shine the spotlight on in the world of sports. But as always, things start here on the Sports Spotlight with the spotlight shining brightly on to the cricket oval. And oh my goodness, what a match. You know, whether you are a fan of New Zealand or a fan of India, your experience may have gone a little differently, right? Exhilarating win or an excruciating defeat. But if you're a fan of cricket, then this was an amazing and exciting match to watch. It was close. India was kind of in control halfway through. You know, once they established a good chase, they were kind of in control. New Zealand started to, make things a little uncomfortable for Team India. But man, oh man, they finished with a flourish once they got to, we're going to work backwards. Once they got to the end of the 48th over, needing 12 of 12 balls in the last two overs, you knew that the things were well in hand for Team India. And with Washington Sundar and KL Rahul on the crease, they were both newish batters at that point. You know, the other wickets had fallen, but still, two good batsmen with four wickets still in hand, 12 deliveries to need 12 runs. It was never really going to be much of a challenge, but man, KL Rahul finished with a flourish there. So in that 49th over, needing 12, first delivery, Sundar gets a single, gives the strike back to Rahul. Rahul gets a single, says, pehle up, right? Give it back to each other. First three balls, three singles. So now they need 9 off the last 3 balls, and KL Rahul is at the strike with Clark. Christian Clark bowling, and Rahul got inside the line and scoops the length ball over a short fine leg, and just absolutely kind of won the match right there, because another few singles or a dot ball or two, things would have been completely different. Hits that 4, gets the equation down to 5 needed off the last 8 deliveries. And then, of course, Clark's going to be pushing. Clark's going to be trying harder. Gives up another 4 on the next delivery. And that tied it up. And then, of course, Rahul did what any good batsman should on that last delivery of the 49th over. He wins it. With the score tied, needing 1 to win, he goes look, I think Clark was pretty much defeated at that point. He gives him a slot ball, and Rahul just absolutely just smashed it over deep mid wicket and wins it by 6 with a whole over to spare. But as I said, it was an exciting match. It was I don't want to say nip tuck, but back and forth, because India was able to hold New Zealand to 300 runs, but India was able to hold New Zealand, right? I mean, it wasn't a great job by the bowling, but it wasn't a terrible job, right? 300 with the lineup that Team India has, it was always going to be an easier chase than some other teams out there after giving up 300, right? And it ended up being not as easy. So kudos to New Zealand bowling. But in the end, India wins the first ODI in this series, 306 to 300. And things have gotten interesting now, for sure. All right. We're going to talk about a few other things. We do need to get to the Ashes in a little bit, but let's talk about what else is there to come. So this is a 3 ODI followed by a 5 T20I series between India and New Zealand. These players are getting ready for the World Cup coming up. They're getting ready for the IPL, all those things, right? So they're going to have Team India and Team New Zealand is going to have some, I'm sure, some good clashes coming up between now, today, the first match, until the series ends. The last T20I is on the 31st of January. All of this leading into the tournaments coming up that we're going to be talking about. All right, let's swivel the spotlight over a little bit to the series going on between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And that one is a little old, but not as old as it should be, thanks to the weather. Don't get me started, man. I've been ranting about it for a couple of years. I don't understand in this day and age. And here we go. I'm going to renew the rant for the new year in 2026 that it is 2026. It's 2026. Should the game of cricket be this dependent on the weather cooperation? It's absolutely ridiculous, but this is where we are. But let's go back to last Wednesday, the 7th of January, when this series started. The first T20I between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Pakistan is touring Sri Lanka, and this one took place in Dambulla. And Sri Lanka batted first. And man, oh man, Pakistan bowling. Pakistan bowling was at, I don't want to say their peak, right? But they were in form. They were definitely in form. And I'm gonna, this is a polarizing name, polarizing mention, right? But Shadab Khan was back in on the team, and all eyes were really on Shadab Khan. What is he going to do? There's, as I said, he's a polarizing figure at this point. Starting off, he was awesome when he came in. Came on to the national team about 7-8 years ago. That was 2016, 17, 18, in that time frame. 17 and 18, I think, if I remember correctly. There was a lot of hope. He was the young buck. He had a lot of fire, good skill, and he looked like he was going to be the future of Pakistan cricket. And then some injuries, some slumps have derailed the career a little bit, but he's back. So all eyes were definitely on him in this one. And if you have any thoughts on Shadab Khan, whether or not he should be there, how he did in this first match, and then the one going on right now, we'll get to that in a second. You can give us a call, 972-501-9390, always on Radio Azad, where your voice matters. All right, so let's get into it. As I said, the Pakistan bowling was in form. Nisanka and Kamil Mishra opened up, and right off the bat, Mishra was gone for a duck in the third over. Now, he'd only faced 2 deliveries before the third one, on which he got out. It was on a ball by Salman Mirza. That was caught by the captain himself, Agha Salman. But on a duck, 3 deliveries, 0 runs. One of the openers is gone. And the other opener, not really doing a whole lot, because at that point, on the second delivery of the third over, when that first wicket fell, Sri Lanka was only at 13. And in the very next over, Nisanka, the other opener, he had 2 boundaries, who was scoring just a little bit on a delivery by Mohammad Wasim, he was gone. And that was that. 13 runs. Two down, and it was on because Kusal Mendes came in and he was trapped leg before, having scored 14 off of 15 deliveries, but in the seventh over, bowled by the aforementioned Shadab Khan. Shadab traps him LBW, gets him out, the dangerous wicket, and then he actually got De Silva, another dangerous wicket, to nick a good delivery back to the keeper, and he was gone for 10 off of 10 deliveries, and then the match was on. If it weren't for the heroics of Janet Lianage scoring 40 off of 31, it would have been really bad. But as it was, even in spite of that 40, since nobody else even got above 18, in the end, Pakistan was able to get Sri Lanka all out before the end of the 20th over, on the second delivery of the 20th over, at 128. Salman Mirza had 3 wickets. Mohammad Wasim had 2 wickets. Shadab Khan had 2. And Abrar Ahmed took the other 3. And that basically left that chase in a very easy spot. And with comfort, the openers opened up with intent. Sahibzada Farhan got himself a half a century, 51 off of 36 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes, strike rate of 141. Did really well. Saeed Ayub hit a couple of good shots, but in the end, he was bowled out by Tikhana at only 24, but 24 off of 18 with 3 fours and a 6. Started with the right intent. When you have historically, Pakistani team faced with a low target have gotten themselves in trouble by starting slow because we've got this. So I like the approach. I like the attacking approach. I like the intent with which they came in. Not taking it easy. Hey, we want to finish this, right? So 51 from Sahibzada Farhan, 24 from Saeed Ayub. Salman Agha, the captain got 16 off of 11 before he was gone. And in the end, Shadab Khan again comes in toward the bottom. Usman Khan had 7 off of 13, but Shadab Khan, the last man standing, who takes them over the finish line with an 18 off of 12 deliveries with 3 fours, strike rate of 150. So good return, good with the ball, good with the bat, and Pakistan wins. Pakistan wins pretty easily in the 17th over, 129, 128, loss of only 4 wickets. So all in all, it was an easy match. Then we get to the match on Friday. And man, oh man, again, what are we doing? Match abandoned without a single ball delivered. And, we have another no result. What are we doing? What are we doing, cricket? Well, the third match started today, earlier. And Pakistan bowling is at it again. Now, Sri Lanka is doing some damage. We're about to finish the 6th over. Sri Lanka is batting first. Right, they're on the 4th delivery of the 6th over, and they've already got 58. There we go, 5th delivery. They've got 58 on the board. Looks bad, right? Current run rate of almost 10. That's not good. 9.6. What is good? Well, Pakistan does have 3 wickets in the bag already. So, yeah, they're about to finish the 6th over. They finished the over with a 4. So, Sri Lanka now, at the end of 6, sitting at 62, but having lost 3 wickets, a couple more wickets, and things are going to be bad. In this one, right off the bat, on the last delivery of the first over, attacking over by Naseem Shah. Naseem Shah takes Nisanka's wicket for a duck. 0 off of 2 deliveries, and he was gone. Now, Kamil Mishara was having himself a good day. an attacking day before he was gone. Nicked one from Mohammad Wasim back to the keeper, but he scored 20 off of only 8 deliveries with 3 4s and a 6 strike rate of 250. He came in trying to make amends for the previous match. Kusal Mendes is on the strike right now. De Silva came in, and again, I mean, look, kudos to Sri Lanka, right? They've come in, they've decided, all right, enough from the last match. This time they're going to have a different approach. They're going to be attacking, and attacking they are. De Silva scored 22 off of 15 with 4 4s, strike rate of 146.66 before he was gone from a wonderful delivery by Mohammad Nawaz that was caught by Sahibzada Farhan. So right now, Mendes and Asalanka on strike, and 3 wickets down, Sri Lanka at 63. And we will keep trying to update you during the course of the spotlight that's going to go on today until noon. Another 95 minutes to go. Of course, after this break coming up in 5 minutes, Shep is going to be calling in, and we're going to be talking all things football, both on the pro side as well as on the college side, because lots and lots of exciting stuff has taken place. I do want to find a segment in the second hour to talk a little bit of NBA, a little bit of the Dallas Mavericks. I think there's a few things. You know, the NBA season is always a little tricky when it starts in November, right? Of course, there's football going on, so nobody's really paying attention to the beginning of the NBA season. And then, so right now, even after the holidays, there's still a month of playoff football, right? So nobody's really paying attention, but there's interesting stuff that happens in the first 3 months of the season before people start tuning in after the Super Bowl, and maybe even after March Madness. But we're gonna touch on a few things in the world of the NBA. All right, what else? I think what we need to do is talk about, well, actually, before we go to the next thing, which we will, let's talk about Homera Jumani Insurance, shall we? Healthcare open enrollment deadline has been extended to January 15th. That's only 4 days left. Call the insurance specialist, Homera Jumani, who can estimate your income, explain how advanced tax credits work, and show how different plan levels affect your total yearly costs. Schedule a consultation so they can guide you with the correct information before you pick a plan. Secure your coverage before it's too late. Call Humera Jamani at HSJ Insurance at 972-838-0313 today, because there's just 4 days left. All right, here we go. Sri Lanka with another boundary in the 7th over. A few singles and then a boundary here. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. So Shadab was bowling the 7th over. Runs had dried up a little bit, but Shadab decided he would oblige. Single, 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 and then Kusal Mendes on the 5th delivery of the 7th over hits him for a 4. And just when you think things are bad, on the very next delivery, Shadab gives up a big 6 to Kusal Mendes. All in all, 14 runs in the 7th over, and Sri Lanka now 76 for 3. I have a feeling this is going to be a high-scoring one. I think Sri Lanka at this point, even with those 3 lost wickets, they're going to leave a target of Pakistan unless the attack really picks up and or Sri Lanka collapses, or a combination thereof, right? Unless something miraculous happens, I'm thinking Sri Lanka is going to leave a target of north of 150, maybe 160. Right? Now, if everything goes for them, could they get to 200 right now, sitting at 76 at the end of the 7th over? Sure. Yes, of course they can. But those 3 wickets, 3 good wickets that have already been taken by the Pakistan bowling will keep them from it. So I have a feeling if everything goes Sri Lanka's way, they're going to leave a target of about 160 to 170, but it's going to be at least 150 unless Pakistan bowling really picks up a few wickets in the next couple of overs and make things tighter. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep you posted. All right. Let's get to in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, friends and neighbors. We do need to talk about the Ashes. Now, we've talked about the Ashes ad nauseum, right? We've talked about it quite a bit because it's been going on for quite a bit. And I don't just mean how long the series has been going on historically, but how long this series has been going or had been going on this year. Started back in November. Of course, it's a series of 5 test matches, so it's going to last a while, but 2 months is a bit much, but yeah, it happens. So that first match, the 12th, was the exhibition. We're not going to talk about that. The first match started on the 20th of November, and Australia won that one by 8 wickets. We've talked about it. The next one started at the beginning of December. Australia won that one by 8 wickets in a different fashion, but they still did. The third one, you thought England would try to fight, and they did, but Australia still wins by 82 runs. England had a target of something like 430 something coming into their second innings, and in the end they only put up 352. Australia wins by 82, wins the series. The fourth match, England showed a little bit of fight, and won that by 4 wickets in a tightly contested, well bowled, low scoring affair. England did win that one. And just when you thought that they could actually do stuff and really started to look like they could, not just, you couldn't just think, they started to show in that first innings. They scored 384, only for Australia to come back and score 567 of their own. And that was that. England scored 342 on the other side, but leaving a target of sub 160, it was never going to do. Australia lost 5 wickets, but they caught it and won by 5 wickets and won the Ashes 4-1. And that was that. I mean, it's just Australia just got off to, I really thought it was going to be a heavyweight fight, and I thought that England might be able to squeak out a 3-2 victory if every match had a result. But the way it turned out, it was pretty lopsided. And if England had not shown a little bit of fight in that fourth match, it would have been a whitewash of epic proportions. All right, with that, we've gotten to our first break. We're going to go to this break. It's going to be about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back with the Sports Spotlight right here on Radio Azad. आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो आजाद, हम सफर हमजाद रेडियो आजाद.
Download the free Radio Azad app on the App Store or Google Play to listen.
क्या आप हर पल को यादगार बनाना चाहते हैं तो डीजे विश प्रोडक्शन से जुड़ जाइए. छोटी पार्टी हो या बड़ी शादी, हर इवेंट के लिए हैं स्पेशल पैकेजेस. एलईडी वीडियो वॉल्स, एलईडी डांस फ्लोर्स, डांसिंग ऑन द क्लाउड्स, ऑडियो रेंटल्स और स्टेज सेटअप, सब कुछ मिलेगा यहाँ. मेहंदी से ग्रेजुएशन तक हर लम्हा बनेगा खास, और इनका लाइव सिंगिंग सेटअप महफिल को 4 चांद लगा देगा. तो फिर देर किस बात की, कॉल करें 2536324556. DJ Wish Productions. Dance on the rhythm.
As Ramadan approaches, prepare your heart for a month of compassion and giving. Friends of Indus Hospital invites you to donate your zakat and sadaqah in support of free healthcare at Indus Hospital and Health Network in Pakistan. With 70% of patients zakat eligible, your generosity can bring healing and hope to those in need. Visit foihus.org or call 201-357-5549 to donate today. ठंडी ठंडी आइसक्रीम,
chocolate ho ya strawberry, mango chiku lychee, smoothie shake ya kulfi, faluda ya cold coffee, ठंडी ice cream.
Kids has the best ice cream, waffles, crepes, kulfi, faluda, and boba tea in town. Dine in, take out, or live on-site catering. It's a hit each time. Call 972-673-0285 or visit their locations in Plano or Frisco. More information at kidsicecream.com. Kids, scoop it on.
Kind Home Loans is your Dallas mortgage lending partner.
Big news, rates are down. Now's the time to refinance and lock in savings before the market shifts again. Depending on your mortgage amount, you could save $500 to $1,000 a month. Non-QM rates are also dropping, and we can refinance your home using a non-QM mortgage to bring your rate down and cut your costs. Bottom line, the window is open, rates are low, and your chance to save big is right now. Don't wait until rates bounce back, and let's lock in your savings before it's gone.
Call Jamal Khwaja today at 915-306-5463 or visit kindhomeloans.com. NMLS number 1702123.
Autumn Events brings a pre-Eid South Asian couture and jewelry trunk show, Lanzar, on Sunday, February 8th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Dallas Palms. Headlining the trunk show are Deepak Parvani, Sania Mastakia, and Shamail Ansari. In addition, come and meet many designers in person. Get